I have this cousin from Dublin, once removed. A second cousin, I think he is. He's a spit of Brian O'Driscoll, the rugby player. Bod, as they call him. Not me cousin, Brian O'Driscoll. He's from Clontarf too, a bit older now than O'Driscoll by a few years, but he looks the same, sometimes. Well, on a good day, he looks exactly the same as Brian O'Driscoll, the rugby player. Maybe not quite as tall, he'd be more of a 5'8", if anything, but he has the same head on him, the same cheeky grin. Well, my mother always said so, and I agree. He played rugby too. Went to Belvedere, not Blackrock, and then on to UCD. He's a doctor now. Got very fat the last time I saw him. Too much of having a good time, so his mother says. So does mine. They are cousins too, funny enough. First cousins, I think. He used to come down and visit us during the summer on holidays. John, that's his name, my cousin. Him and his two sisters, when they were young, when we were all young. He had a great sense of humour, never took life too seriously. Often wondered if that was a good thing for a doctor. Haven't seen him in a long time. I was very fond of him. I'm always reminded of him when I see Brian O'Driscoll playing for Ireland, or Leinster, or the Barbarians, or the Lions. When he was always playing. He was always on the television. And I saw him in Croke Park that time, when we all cried at the national anthem when the English came. And he had a tear too, Brian. And the pride bursting out of him. And I remember when he scored his first try against France that time in 2000, and my mother came racing out of the kitchen, roaring and shouting, "What is our cousin John doing on the telly, playing for Ireland?" And what was wrong with me with the tears rolling down my cheeks? I think it's the smile, the grin that has him like me cousin, the O'Driscoll grin, like he's always enjoying himself, enjoying being the best there ever was. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the world of me cousin, but he never made the hair on the back of me neck stand up. He never gave me a lump in me craw. He never made me feel the way I felt when Brian O'Driscoll held the Triple Crown. He never made me feel so manly and proud and vulnerable and sick and pathetic and excited and Irish, all in one mad sweep of emotion. Our cousin John is held in very high esteem in our house. And Brian O'Driscoll didn't need to be one of the greatest sports stars there ever was. He didn't need to be the rugby player complete. He just needed to be like my cousin, have that same grin. He doesn't have to play forever. There doesn't have to be a national day of mourning when he retires, because he will always be remembered. After all, he's the spit of me cousin, John, my second cousin, once removed.